Hello, dear sister, and this reading is about working with the new energy. And this is such a huge topic, and I started writing things down, but I could be writing forever. So we're just going to see where it goes. We're going to see where it goes. The new energy. If you're watching this reading, it's because you are of the new energy. You've probably been on a conscious spiritual journey for a while now. Um, and here we are, someplace new. You'll know if you're fully ready to be in the new energy, if you've had these experiences, internal experiences, and if you haven't, then you're about to. And they manifest differently for everybody, but to fully be of the new energy, in the new energy, we go through a stripping down phase. And this can be brutal. No one said enlightenment was easy. And that's what we're all here for. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the spirit babies are of this energy. So when we work with the new energy, we're also very closely working with the spirit baby energy. But this information is relevant whether you're interested in the spirit baby or not. So the stripping down phase, you may have noticed or are noticing that you're going through the shedding of everything you thought you were, maybe everything you thought you believed in. For me personally, for the past 22 months, I've been on a conscious journey for 7 years, lifetimes, but 7 years, very, very conscious spiritual awakening. The last 22 months has been amazingly difficult and miraculous all at the same time. But a shedding of my bad labels, my good labels, my bad labels as, I'm impatient, I'm stubborn, I'm shedding all that, my good labels, like I'm a teacher, a healer, I'm the good parent, shedding all of that. Shedding my beliefs, which is a tough one because we tend to cling really tightly to our beliefs, but shedding those, thinking, well, those were good. They served me a purpose. They got me where I am right now. Maybe I don't need them anymore, and maybe they don't apply. Maybe they never did. Who knows? Who knows? But you got to shed your beliefs. Shed your beliefs. I've had, not willingly, but a shedding of interests, the things that I used to love. This summer, I had a strange summer, like a void, I usually am in my garden, usually I'm foraging, making potions of my herbs, growing berries, picking berries. I didn't give a crap about any of that, and I didn't even give a crap that I didn't give a crap. So yes, a shedding of all this. You have experienced it, you are experiencing it, you will experience it. You're becoming a blank slate. A blank slate, you're totally emptying yourself out of everything you thought you were, so you can fully become who you truly, truly are, which is nothing short of magnificence. And what we're doing now in this new energy is fully discovering our magnificence. But it's not easy. We're in totally new territory here. It's absolutely, totally new. The old no longer applies. And that is the hardest part, because in this new energy, the old rules don't apply anymore. None of them. And when I mean none of them, I mean things like, things like nutritional rules, or even the best way to parent, or the best way to raise our children. But everything. I can't even give you examples just because it permeates everything. Everything. The old rules no longer apply. And where we get in trouble in the new energy is when we're trying to apply the old rules to the new energy. The new energy has no rules. And that can be very awkward for us because we're used to doing a certain thing and getting a certain outcome. And let's just talk about the nutrition part of it right now, because that's been a big part of me. I went through the whole eating disorder thing when I was a teenager, and then I became a personal trainer. So I've always been, for the past 26 years, I've been really ensconced in nutritional rules and exercise, and this is what you do to get a certain outcome. Well, 3 years ago, I gained what I call metaphysical weight gain, and it's through nothing I did, and it happened overnight. Overnight, I just couldn't get my jeans over my thighs. I'm like, what the hell happened? And thankfully, not for her, but for me, I have a dear friend who went through this exact same thing I did, the exact same time. We're doing this together. It's metaphysical weight gain. I have many friends who've gone through this, who've just gained weight through no fault of their own, just because we have to anchor the new energy and our bodies don't know what to do. They're trying to insulate us and protect us. Um, so anyway, I got pregnant in that time, so that helped out a little bit with me not being so hard on myself. But for 2 years now, I've been wanting to get this extra weight off. I'd say maybe 15 pounds. And last year, what was it last year? Yeah, last year, I tried, going to the gym, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. It doesn't work. No matter what. Ask my friend, my dear friend. She's tried everything. The old stuff doesn't work. And while that can be frustrating on one end, it's also very freeing. It's very freeing. The weight will come off when it's ready to come off, and actually, it's starting to happen right now. That's just a little example. If you've been going through this, just relax. The important thing is not to deprive yourself. Let me just talk about the nutrition part of this right now. Um, there's no nutritional rules, and I just wrote down a whole bunch of things in my journal to help me relearn or unlearn, not relearn, but unlearn all the other things. I can't tell you what you should be eating. The only thing we can do right now is to listen to our bodies and not to try and put ourselves in a little box. What we've done here is we've taken off all our boxes, we've thrown all our other boxes to the curb. There are no more boxes. And the last thing we need to do, and I've tried doing this, is put on someone else's box. Like, oh, well, that's working for them. I'm going to try on that box. And oh my God, it's suffocating. No, 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 that box doesn't work. I can't tell you what to do. You just have to listen to your body. Nobody can tell you what to do. Listen to your body. Unlearn everything. Unlearn everything that you've ever learned about food and exercise. And listen to your body, because our bodies instinctively have always known what to do, always, until cultural conditioning kicks in. I strongly, firmly, really feel that children's bodies know exactly what to do with any food they're given. I think they can either get the highest nutrition for them, or it can just go through them like water. My 2-year-old is a prime example of this. That little dude eats so much, and he's never ever even been a chubby baby. It just goes right through him, just goes right through him. I think we all have that capability in us if we can unlearn everything we've ever learned about nutrition. That is one example of how the old rules no longer apply, and how now we can create whatever we want. Don't create new rules, just create. That's one example. Another thing that doesn't work anymore, and this is a big leap. This is a big statement, bold statement. Things like the law of attraction. The law of attraction, I have to give it props, because that is what helped me really, really accelerate my spiritual journey 7 years ago. The law of attraction is you create your beliefs with your thoughts, you create your reality about what you're focusing on. It really served me well. It served me very well. However, we need to look at the law of attraction as a stepping stone. And just to liken it to the nutritional thing too, don't even try and put yourself in boxes like vegan or vegetarian. Those are real, or raw food. Those are awesome, awesome stepping stones too. Stepping stones. We don't need to linger on them for longer than we need to. Stepping stones to other places. I've been a vegetarian before. Now I eat truckloads of bacon. And that's appropriate for me. My body wants fat right now. It wants fat. So just think about that. Think about that when it comes to nutrition or anything, spirituality, new age. I'm shedding all my new age stuff because that was a beautiful stepping stone. Don't need it anymore. Don't need it. Going back to law of attraction. The law of attraction is a wonderful stepping stone. I do believe if you linger there too long, it can sort of be a trap of, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It almost makes us a little blind and even a little afraid of our emotions. Like, well, when it's time for me to move on from the law of attraction was when I'm like, oh, I can't have that thought, I can't have that feeling, or I'm going to attract it. That doesn't work anymore. You don't have to censor your thoughts. You don't have to censor your feelings. Don't censor them. I think the law of attraction, if we linger there too long, we censor ourselves. In the new energy, we're being asked to experience everything. Everything. So let me just go back to the blank slate. Okay, I had been a blank slate for, I would say, 5 months now. An unbearable 5 months of being a blank slate, just waiting. I've just been waiting. And I felt in my heart that there's something bigger coming, but I couldn't force it to happen. I couldn't force it to happen. Well, the past couple weeks, I've been experiencing a melding with what I'm calling my soul, but you could call it your higher self, call it whatever you want. I'm experiencing a melding with my higher self and my soul, and that is filling me up, giving me so much more wisdom about so many more things. And it's from this place where we're realizing who we truly are. I've really had this instance of seeing myself as God. Oh my God, the person I've been yelling to this whole time, praying to this whole time, begging to this whole time has been me. And realizing that my higher self, my soul, my God self has been leaving me little breadcrumbs so I could find my way home. I can't say I'm fully embodying her right now, but every day I feel her and it feels like home. It feels like falling in love. And this is the love. This is the home. This is what we've been yearning for. This is the new energy. So if you haven't experienced this, you're about to. You're about to. If you are experiencing it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's from here, from this new energy, this new melding with ourselves that we create. And one of the things my soul told me was, and just to use an example, I was going to my aerial silks class last week. And usually I would go and tell myself, okay, I'm going to leave my class exhilarated. We're going to surprise ourselves. We're going to delight ourselves. We're going to leave in fantastic mood. It was very important for me to feel like, oh, I had a good aerial silks class. On my way last week, my soul told me, you don't need to script this. You don't need to affirm it. I've already done it, and you just have to accept the experience for what it is. We're going to have the exact experience we're supposed to have. Talk about being very free. Isn't that very freeing? She's telling me, you've already set all your intentions out. And God knows, haven't we been yearning and trying to create for years now? We don't have to do that anymore. It's already put in place. It's already happening. In fact, our little brains right now can't even conceive of the bigger picture that our souls and our higher selves have planned for us. So we are being asked to turn the wheel over to them. And it's us. So it's us. The God part of us has already planned this all out, and we just need to go along for the dance. She's told me, don't try and lead. You don't have to worry about the choreography. Just follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. So not having to affirm things anymore, not feeling like I have to create, or even just think, oh, I have to get the closest parking space. Now I'm just like, it's easy. It's easy. Just let it be easy. Hand the reins over to your higher self. They have it all planned for us. They have it all planned for us. So let me just take a pause. I go off on tangents all the time, and there's points I want to make, so I just have to refer to my notes here. Okay, so yes, 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 yes. Okay, you will know when you have melded with yourself. It's going to be a very personal, intimate experience for you. I can't tell you what it's going to look like. Nobody can tell you what it's going to look like. But you're going to notice things such as things that used to bother you don't really bother you anymore. And if you're choosing to let them bother you, it's out of habit. And you're going to have this like a little observer person saying, look, you're really getting mad. But you're not really mad. You're just used to being mad. So there's going to be this observer part of you that is noticing your old habits. I did say in a video that maybe we don't need affirmations anymore. For me right now, as I unlearn the old things, an affirmation here or two can help me. It can be whatever you want, but just as we unlearn, we won't need them for very much longer. But as we unlearn the old ways and the old habits, that's really where we are right now, is unlearning our old patterns, our old habits. We don't really have any buttons that we could be pushed anymore. We're not interested in drama anymore. And what we want really is to totally take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves first and foremost. Do what nurtures us. I mean, case in point, I left my family 4 times in the span of 5 days for a girls only thing, which is sort of rare for me. I would do it maybe once every couple of months even. And all of a sudden, all these things started happening that I wanted to go to. A birthday party for mamas here, a group function here for a blog that I write for, an art night with ladies and wine. And these are all things I really wanted to go to. And in the past, I would say, oh, my family can't be without me for that long. Oh, my husband can't handle being on solo duty for that long. And you know what? I just said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. I have sitters in place if you don't want to do this, but this is what I'm doing. And wow, the experiences that opened up. In fact, it was during that week that's when I really melded with myself because of the self-care, the self-nurturing, the self-honoring. And when we have that love for ourselves, when we can fill ourselves up so completely, then everything else becomes easier. So this is what we're being asked to do, is really, really take care of ourselves. Take care of ourselves. Go outside our comfort zones. Today's a big day for my family, going out of our comfort zones. I need time to work here by myself alone. My homeschooled son is at a Montessori school for the first time ever for 1 day a week with other homeschoolers. My 2 little boys are off for the first time with a babysitter in an indoor playground. We've never done that before. Maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal to some people. It's a big deal for my family. We're stretching our wings, stretching our comfort zones, and I'm doing this to honor me and the work I want to do here. So yes, honor yourself, stretch your comfort zones, shed anything you ever believed. Don't create new rules for yourself. Don't try on other people's boxes. There's a lot of don'ts, but it's just don't try and recreate anything that you've done in the past, because we are ready for new and wonderful, and we are ready to experience life. I feel like I've been in this holding pattern for a long time, and now it's time to experience life in whatever way that means to you. But it's good to look back at what you were interested as a child. Children have such wisdom, and we had such wisdom when we were children. And you know what I used to do when I was a kid? I had this Nerf basketball, and I would wrap it up in tinfoil and glitter, and I would make a crystal ball, and I would read the neighborhood kids their fortunes. I always knew I wanted to do some sort of reading, and that was so close to me, and now I'm doing it. Look back in your childhood, your life's purpose back then, and see what you should be doing now, and honor yourself and create that. So working with the new energy. I've summed up a little bit. Let me just sum it up again because we can't hear it enough. Number one, shed everything you ever believed, created, thought. Shed it. And when you shed that, everything you ever thought was right or wrong, when you shed that, when you shed all that, you're shedding duality, right, wrong. You're shedding judgment. This is the way it should be. This is the way. You know what? You become very neutral. And you can see everyone's path as being perfect, which is also an amazing freedom. You know, it used to be, I'm like, oh, God, can you believe they think that? Now I tell myself it is wildly appropriate. That's exactly what they should be doing. That is wildly appropriate. Good for them. And I don't have to get caught up in it. They're doing exactly what they need to do, and it has nothing to do with me or my beliefs because I don't have any. That's freedom. That's freedom. So shed it. Shed it. Stretch your comfort zones. Me doing this aerial silks class, huge stretch of the comfort zone because, geez, I didn't think I had any upper body strength, and I had to drive to a scary city 45 minutes away. But oh my God, it gets me so high. Shedding your self-limiting beliefs. I can't drive in a scary city. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, and the universe, which is actually us, our higher selves, has conspired to make it happen exactly the way it's supposed to happen. Don't try anyone else's boxes. After you've taken off all your boxes, don't try anyone else's boxes on. Self-nurture. Self-nurture. Don't get stuck on any stepping stones. You know, no matter what it is in the past, don't get stuck on it. Allow yourself the space to be new, to be blank, to be empty, so you can fill yourself up with your heart's desires. It's going to be even better than we think. It's really starting to get good now. I got to say, it's really starting to get good. And if you're watching this reading, it's really getting good for you now, or it's really about to. It's really about to get good. I hope this is making sense to you. I feel like I'm going boop, 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 but this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do to work with the new. Don't create new rules. Just create whatever you want. And that's really all I got on it right now. That's all I got on it right now. There's more. I know there'll be more of these videos. I'm getting this information all the time. But feel what's right for you and create it in a way that feels personal to you. It'll be easy. Your feelings will guide you. Your feelings will guide you. And get ready. I mean, it's about to get really good, and the miracles are going to start happening right now. You tell me what your miracles are. I want to hear them. All right? I love you.